actually going to be getting my hair done today. I'm super excited. So I've been on maternity leave for a long time. So for me to be able, yeah, too long. Everyone says that. So for me to be able to get my hair done is like yay, because if you see these roots, I feel like I have like black hair. Like it needs to get done really bad. So this is one of my friends, actually one of my best friends that I work with at the salon.
Hi.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Brittany. I love color.
She's awesome at color, like so awesome. She did my hair a while ago when I did my mermaid purple hair. I'll throw in a picture of that so that you guys can see that.
A throwback.
Right here, throwback. So now we're gonna be doing something new. So what is your Instagram, Brittany, so they can follow you?
Brit hair. B-R-I-T-T hair.
And I will link it down below so you guys can check it out. She's got some awesome work on there. So we're gonna go head into the salon and we're gonna start coloring. We're gonna do an icy blonde, and I can throw up my inspiration picture too so you guys can see what we're gonna be doing. And then later on, I might be getting extensions too. No, it's not my, I am. Even more fun.
You are.
Okay, we'll see you guys in a few.
Bye.
As always, these colors are done by professionals in a salon. I only recommend these for professionals or for clients to learn about what we do to hair. So to show you guys what we're doing today, this is my before and after, so you guys can see a real visual on how warm my hair was before to how icy and cool it is now. And I'm going to start doing these cards where you guys can see exactly the tone and shades that we used on the hair to get this color. So you guys can go back to this as kind of a menu to see what we've done. So to start off, Brittany is doing my hair. She is so freaking fantastic. What we're doing is we're doing a baby light process. So she's starting in my crown area and then working down towards my nape. She's doing a Mohawk section, and this is going to be followed up all the way towards the front of my head as well. So she's starting in the crown area, working her way down first. This is the way that she does it, her method. You guys can totally do however you guys choose to execute this, just as long as you're doing a Mohawk section. She's taking very small, thin slices and doing a baby light weave. So baby light weaves are very, very fine. You guys can see the amount of hair that she's pulling. It's not big chunks. It is very, very small weaved pieces. And then she's going to lay her foil underneath it. And starting from kind of like the mid area of the hair, she's going to start painting on lightener and low light. So we're doing 2 highlight foils to 1 low light foil. So the low light, you guys can see here, she's leaving the ends out because this is a sombre look. I like my ends to be lighter, so I like it to go from kind of a little bit of more dimension of a darker to lighter. So she's leaving those ends out to create that real sombre look. So again, I'll show you guys, this is a highlighted piece. So she's leaving my ends out just because my hair is already pretty blonde on the end, because I kind of have this going, this color going on. We just need to brighten it up a ton and cool it down. So if you have someone that you're going in and actually doing this color on for the first time, you're going to wrap those ends in. So just keep that in the back of your brain for knowing what we are doing. So again, here she is going and adding another little baby light, and you guys can see her sections are pretty small in between of like what she's picking up. She's gonna lay her foil down. I feel like it helps to see this a few times to get kind of a little bit repetitive of what we're doing so you guys can get an idea. So here she is laying that low light down and leaving my ends out once again. Now a lot of times people are already going to have quite a bit of a natural color in there, but if you're trying to beat brassiness, it's really good to go in with something like what we used, 6N and 6T, to go in and cancel out and neutralize that brassy tone. So here she's going to pick up a highlight because we've just done a low light. She's going to do a super fine little baby light weave right there, lay a foil down, and then she's going to take her lightener in there, and you guys can see her placement when she lays this down. She's going to do it all the way from the roots to about to the ends. Again, we're leaving my ends out because they're already super blonde. Because later on we're going to go and do a smudged root, so it's going to soften anything that we have at the root that might be a little bit harsh.
Been counting all your aces, you ain't win.
Now, when she gets down to kind of like a few inches away from my nape, she's actually going to be doing foilage. So she's going to be doing some balayaging technique inside of foils just because it is so solid dark underneath here. We really needed to go in and kind of establish some brightness down in there. So she's just going to be doing some kind of like hand painting, but inside a foil, because my hair needs quite a bit of brightness to it. So the foil is just going to act as a little insulator to really ensure that we get the hair nice and bright and it processes evenly. Sometimes if you do balayage and foils together, like the balayage will process a little bit darker than the foils, and that's totally okay if that's the look that you're going for. But in this case, we're really wanting to brighten up all over my hair because it's been so dark. So she's going to put it in the foil just to make sure that it gets to the lightness that we're really wanting. And if you want to see an in-depth tutorial of how I do this process of foilage, I can leave a link down below of one I did to my sister-in-law's hair, and it can show you a little bit more in depth of how we do that. Okay, so like I said, we're doing a Mohawk section. So now Brittany has moved on to the very front part, and you guys can see she's putting in a highlight right here. So we're just going to bring this, once we finish up the back part of the nape, we're going to work from the crown towards the front hairline. So she's really going in and doing the still 2 highlights to 1 low light, but when she gets to about an inch away from my face, she's going to be keeping all of those highlights. Now this is because I like to have a little bit more more brightness towards my face, and you'll see that with most clients, they're gonna kind of want it to be a little bit brighter towards the face. So this is when you can start to kind of skip the low light, unless you're going in and like establishing a little bit more darkness that you kind of want to add in there. If they're wanting to be a little bit brighter, skip the low lights for the very front part.
Make a real good song out of you, time and ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah.
So once we have all the foils put in through the Mohawk section, Brittany's going to move on to the side. So she's going to be doing this a horizontal, just like she kind of did the whole Mohawk section. This really needs to brighten up those dark panels in the sides. We like to do this and then kind of keep a little bit of the very front hairline left out, because then we'll go in and we'll do vertical foils just right in the front, just maybe adding like 2 or 3, just so that when it gets pulled away from your face, it's a little bit softer of a highlight.
I think you should. I make a real good song out of you, time and ticking slow. Yes.
After you have all of those foils in, you guys can see there's like a million bajillion foils in my hair. If you have any darker pieces that are still kind of hanging out, or maybe the ends are a little bit darker, this is when you can go in and balayage and just kind of add your creative touch. So now we're going to go in and take all of these bajillion foils out, and we're going to go in with our toner of 09P with a tiny splash of T. P and T are just some really great colors. So she had to actually rinse my whole Mohawk section first, and then let the sides process, and then rinse everything out, tone. And now we're going to go do our root smudge. So I'm not going to show you guys the toner because it's pretty easy. We just leave it on until we see the desired result. We put it on roots to ends and just wait till we see the desired result. So now we're doing a smudged root. So you guys can see she is taking, again, 6N and 6T with a little bit different of a ratio this time. And we're going to put it on my roots from about 1.5 inches out, and she is feathering this. So what this is going to do is all those highlights that we just put in, we're going to just kind of soften that at the root area. I don't want it to look like highlights because we're still doing more of like a sombre kind of like semi-shadow root here. So this is just going to soften it right at the root. This is really great for people who don't want that super harsh highlighted look. They don't want to be like super stripy at the root. This is really great. And the reason why we're going in with a level 6 is because I stay around a level 6, 7 for my natural color. So that's why we're picking that as our shadow root. And some people might think it might turn out super dark, but honestly it doesn't, because you're not leaving it on there for a super long time. And we're going to be leaving out about 1 inch right around the hairline. So that's where we made it a little bit brighter. So we're going to put that on there for the last minute. So not going super dark in the front.
You can only see my eyeballs. With my mom's hair.
After we did that, we went and Olaplexed it for 10 minutes because it's going to keep my hair super freaking healthy. It feels amazing. Brittany went in and did a beautiful blowout and curl job on it, and you guys can see this just turned out so stinking gorgeous. I absolutely love it, and I mean, who doesn't love a good icy blonde? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this educational video on my take of how to do baby lights to get a really gorgeous icy blonde. Don't forget to check out some of the other links that I have down below for other educational videos, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye!
Aren't you glad to meet me?